morning, everybody, and welcome to your fluid flow. Let's start this morning by cold morning. So let's start just lying down. Let's work with building some heat in the body. So come to your Shavasana shape. Rotate the palms up to the sky. Let the feet flare out to the sides. And can you take a deep, expansive inhale here? And as you exhale, let the body melt into the mat. And let's use these next few rounds of breath to consciously connect to the self. Become aware of the front of the heart space as it opens towards the sky. And become aware of the back of the heart space as it grounds towards the earth. And especially as we go through these troubling times where there's a lot of fear and uncertainty, often we're taught to put on a brave face and show up in the world. As we move through our practice, can we focus on connection with the heart space, to observing our vulnerability, allowing ourselves to be seen as we are. Acknowledging our fears, our frustrations, our triumphs. Those areas we have grown in this time. Notice the tension in your jaw. Can you soften it? Your next inhale, extend your arms back behind you and point your toes. It's a nice full body stretch. Get lit. Draw belly to spine and press your sacrum, your lumbar spine, into the mat. And exhale brings everything inwards, round. Opening or stretching into the back of the heart space here. And then release. Allow your shoulders to relax to the mat. Interlace all 10 fingers on your right shin. Extend your left heel back. Find your wind removing pose here. And your exhale opens you up to a supine twist. Shanti, out. Gazes over your right shoulder. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale the gaze through center. The leg follows. Find wind removing. And then change. Opposite interlace of the fingers. Left knee to chest. Extend your right heel forward. Shanti, out. Find your wind removing pose to the left side. Massaging out your descending colon here as you breathe. Let's take the right hand to the outside of the left knee, find a supine twist. Gaze is over your left shoulder. And the inhale draws us back through center. Bring your right knee to meet your left. The inhale extends the heels to the sky. Flex the feet. Option, to place your hands underneath your sit bones. Option 1. Option 2 is to interlace the fingers to the back of the head. That's the fun option. Rotate your inner thighs towards one another. Full breath here. Exhale, lower your legs by 1/3 of the way and hold. Draw belly to spine. Press your lumbar spine into the mat. Inhale brings you back through center. Exhale, lower your legs down halfway. Stay with it. Draw belly in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower your legs down 10 centimeters off the mat. Hover the feet. So especially those of you with lower back pain or discomfort, inhale, lift. These exercises are building or strengthening the core, so it'll help protect the spine. Exhale, 1/3, hold. Draw belly to spine. Notice how the spine wants to curve. Draw your lower belly towards the spinal column, the lower frontal ribs down, slight tuck of the tailbone, and your sacrum presses into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lowers us down 2/3. Rotate your inner thighs towards one another as though you're holding a block between your legs. I can see that, toes touch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover 10 centimeters off the mat. I know it's strong, stay with it. Feel your body shake. You are building so much strength here, as well as warmth, especially on a cold day like today. Inhale, lift. Last round, let's go. Exhale, lower your legs 1/3 of the way and hold. Stay with it. Breathe. Release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, halfway. Activate those quadriceps. Hug the muscle to the bone. Press the sacrum into the mat. Release. Last one. Exhale, 10 centimeters off the mat. And now you're going to hook your thumbs and reach your arms back. And stay for 3, 2, 1. Release. Knees to chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and open into your the back of your heart space. Exhale releases the feet. So the feet are hip width apart. Let's just stretch out those muscles here by coming into a gentle bridge. Walk your shoulder blades together. Send the knees forward to lift into your hips. Stay with it. So we're finding a nice stretching through all of these abdominal muscles here, the abdominal wall, psoas. Take one more breath. Roll down your spine 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, draws the knees in. Cross your shins and come up to a tabletop. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder, Hasta Bandha through the 4 corners of both hands. Your knees are hip width apart. Okay. The inhale extends the right foot back, flex the foot. Exhale finds a chaturanga with the elbows. Inhale brings us up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale sends it back for 2, flex the foot, level off the hips. Exhale, rocks forward, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. One more round. Inhale, extend. Rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, keeps the right knee bent, sends it back. Ground through your right palm, left hand up and over. King Tiger. Kick the foot into the hand. Broaden through the collarbones. As you kick, you lift, opening into the front of the heart space. One more. Release without slingshotting, find length. Exhale, right knee to nose, step the foot between the hands. Find your low lunge. Draw the hips forward. Lift the chest. Exhale is a half Hanumanasana. Tuck left toes if they aren't already. Inhale, rocks forward through low lunge to high crescent. Rotate that left outer hip forward, the right hip back. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. Activate that core. The exhale cactuses out the arms and lifts the chest. Release your hands behind you. Interlace all 10 fingers. If you have the flexibility in your shoulders, you're going to squeeze the palms together. Can you lift your thumbs off your thigh? Or you may even peel your ears back. Release through high crescent. Exhale, hands through prayer. Hands frame right foot. Inhale, raises the right foot. Three-legged duck. Exhale, knee to nose, touch. Inhale, three-legged duck. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale will rock us forward, find high plank pose. Exhale is a hanging cobra. Inhale to high plank. Exhale to down dog. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, rocks forward, getting into the shoulders. High plank. Keep the toes tucked, lengthen through your forearms, draw the hips and heart forward, hanging cobra. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one, inhale, pulse forward, find high plank. Exhale, hanging cobra. Plank on your in, dog on your X. Stay here for a moment, walk your feet towards one another. The exhale bends the knees, lifts the heels. Knees to the right, ground your right foot, look up underneath your right armpit. And now we're getting into the right side of the heart space. To that right rib, that right lung. Release, come back through center. Knees to the left, ground the left foot, gaze up underneath the left armpit. Getting into the left side of the heart, those left intercostal muscles, descending line of the body. Release, bend your knees, tabletop. And let's go to the left side. The inhale extends that left foot back. Exhales knee to nose. Inhale extends, rock forward, chaturanga. Inhale lifts, exhale knee to nose. 2 more, inhale extend. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale lift. Exhale knee to nose. Last one, inhale extends. Rock forward. Exhale chaturanga dandasana. Inhale lift. Exhale knee to nose. Keep the left knee bent, send the left leg up and back. Right hand takes inside blade of left foot. King Tiger pose. Kick and lift. Breathe here. Stay with it. 1 more, opening into the heart. Release without slingshotting. Extend. Exhale. Left knee to nose, step the foot between the hands. Scissor the hips, draw the hips forward. Broaden through the collarbones, lift the heart. Exhale as a half Hanuman. Lengthen your heart towards your toes. If the right toe is on top, please do so. Inhale, pulse forward, high crescent, lunge. Lift. Reach, rotate that right outer hip forward. Exhale, cactus out the arms. So maybe this right knee's bent. Some of you will start to straighten out the right leg. Find the opposite, the unnatural interlace of the fingers, and then the inhale lifts the chest. Scissor through your hips. Breathe. Can you get your hands off your thigh? Release. High crescent as you're in. Exhale, hands frame, left foot, step left foot back, three-legged dog. Left knee to nose, touch. Three-legged dog as you're in. Downward facing dog as your X. So ground into your palms here. And let's raise the right foot on the in, rotate the left fingertips out 45 degrees and find your rock star. Left leg stays straight, right knee bends. Reach your right arm up and over. So really focus here on lifting the heart to the sky. And exhale, releases right hand to the mat, right knee, left bicep. Fallen triangle, lift your chest. Once again, we're focusing on lifting the heart. Release. Left hand to the mat. Three-legged dog as you're in. Knee to nose, touch. Step right foot between the hands. High crescent. Oops, don't copy me, I'm just falling all over. Exhale, cactuses out the arms and lifts the chest. Find your interlace of the fingers. Lift. Stay with it. And then we're going to release. Crescent, humble crescent warrior. So keep that left heel lifted. Lower your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh. Draw the arms forward. Release Skandasana to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Top of the mat. Three-legged dog is the in. And you can take downward dog or you can take a three-legged Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog on the inhale. Down dog on the exhale. Give yourself a moment here, move into the hips. And then let's go. Inhale raises the left foot, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose. Find your rock star, rotate right fingertips out, keep the right leg straight, the left knee bends, lift your chest. Then release, going to fallen triangle, left knee, right bicep. Raise your right arm. Then exhale, releases everything, knee to nose. Three-legged dog is the in. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Float up into your high crescent lunge. Exhale, releases the arms. Find the opposite, the unnatural interlace of the fingers. Broaden through the collarbones, lift through the chest. Exhales, humble crescent. Left shoulder to the inside of the left thigh, draw those arms forward. Release Skandasana to the back of the mat. Low lunge, top of your mat. Inhale is a three-legged dog. Exhale, rocks forward, either three-legged or full chaturanga dandasana. Up dog is your in. Down dog is your X. Stay here for a moment. Your exhale, bend your knees, looks forward, walk steps or floats. Half lift on your in. Forward fold on your X. It's root to rise, high mountain. Hands through heart. Samasthiti. Okay. Let's get into those shoulders a little bit. So I'm going to take my right shoulder and bring it forward, up to my ear, and back. And whilst my right shoulder is going forward, my left shoulder goes back. So I'm kind of just moving into the shoulders here, so both shoulders are working together. Maybe start to make it a little bit faster. And then let's start to get the arms involved. So it's as though you're doing backstroke, stroking the back of the hand up. And can you keep your hips level here? We're just getting into the shoulders. Especially when we're working with back bends, we really want to get into the shoulders first. We want to warm up the core and get into the shoulders. Maybe you start to speed it up. Keep those hips level. A little bit faster, really go for it here. And then allow everything to slow down. And in your own time, you'll come back to stillness. And let's go to the left. So that left shoulder comes forward, up, and back. Right shoulder goes forward. Keep your hips level. So we're moving throughout the thoracic spine and through our shoulders. So if you're like me with a really tight thoracic spine and really tight shoulders, this starts to feel like torture. It's okay, we're moving into it. Add a little bit more speed. We're working to release the body. And let's start to get the arms involved. Left arm meets. And then start to speed it up. Giving yourself a little bit of a lymph node massage at the same time as releasing the shoulders. Notice the difference between left and right shoulder. Got about another 30 seconds here. And then slowly start to slow the movement down. And let your shoulders come back. Notice how your heart rate's jumped up. That wasn't the intention. But often when we swing the arms like that, the heart rate jumps up. Okay. Now let's do both arms at the same time. So shoulders come forward, up, back, and down. So nice big shoulder loops. If you are practicing in the room with someone else, just make sure you stagger yourselves a little bit. Not a great time to do a high five. And then let's go. Bring the arms up and back. And start to add some speed. Feeling into your shoulders. Noticing your breath. Speed it up and see where your arms cross in front of you. Can you take the opposite cross on each swing? And then change direction. So We'll start with the shoulders. Okay, and then let's start to take the arms. Almost as though you were doing butterfly. Let your knees be soft. You'll see I have absolutely no rotation in my shoulders. And start to slow it down. And just give yourself a moment. Palms face forward. Feel into your breath. Maybe have a sip of water here. The inhale reaches the arms up, high mountain. The exhale, hinge at the hips, lead with your heart, fold forward, Uttanasana. Half lift as you're in. Place your hands, step your right foot back, find warrior one. Lift. Exhale, releases the arms, interlaces the fingers, lifts the chest. Humble warrior. Left shoulder to the inside of the left thigh, lead with your heart. Extend your arms forward, Chanti move. Release, inhale, lift us up, warrior one. Straighten out the left leg as you bring your hands to heart for Everest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Scissor the hips, lengthen through the chest, fold forward. Inhale is a half lift, right hand to the outside of the left foot. Parasvrita, Trikonasana, revolve triangle pose. Stack your shoulders, gaze to the left thumb. Release. Inhale, rocks us forward, right knee to chest. Find your standing wind removing. Into Ekapada Tadasana. So extend your right foot forward, raise the hands, lift the chest. Can you lift through your heart? Exhale, pendulums back, finds airplane. Airplane moves up to a high crescent lunge. And then open yourself up, warrior two. Inhale, reverses the warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Release, right hand to the underneath the right shoulder, raise your right heel. Three-legged dog as you're in. Option to lower the left foot or three-legged Chaturanga Dandasana. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Press the palms into the mat, weight towards the heels. The exhale bends the knees, look forward, walk circle float. Half lift as you're in. Forward fold as your X. Ready to rise, high mountain. We're going up to come down. Hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Half lift as the in. Place your hands, step your left foot back. Prepare yourself, warrior one. So rotate that left hip forward. Exhale, release. Interlace all 10 fingers. Opposite interlace of earlier and lift your chest. Exhales, humble warrior. Press the right shoulder into the right thigh. Crown of the head is heavy as your arms reach back. One more. Inhale brings us back up, warrior one. Straighten out the right leg, set yourself up for Everest. And then Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Scissor your hips together. And instead of trying to get your forehead to your shin and rounding through the spine, we're looking to lengthen through the front of the heart space. One more here. Inhale, Parsvrita Trikonasana, left hand to the outside of the right foot. Raise your right hand. If this feels impossible, you can bring your left hand onto your shin. Stay with it. Gaze towards your right thumb. Exhale, release. Inhale comes up, warrior two. Excuse me, I forgot where I was going for a moment. Shoulders above the hips. Reverse your warrior as you're in. Side angle as your X. Gaze to the left thumb, bend right knee. Release the left hand down. Step right foot back. Three-legged dog. Inhale, pulse forward. Three-legged or full Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog is your in. Down dog is your X. And when you're ready, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step or float. Half lift tummy in. Forward fold on the X. Root to rise, high mountain pose. Release. Interlace all 10 fingers behind you. Lift your chest, lift your heart. Maybe you bend your knees and lift higher. Inhale brings us back up, reaches the arms. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Fold. Half lift as you're in. Place your hands, bend your knees. We're going to flow through Surya Namaskar A. Walk, step or float. Chaturanga Dandasana. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, lengthen through your forearm. Broaden through your collarbones. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog is your X. Okay. Let's bend the knees, look forward, and we're going to float through to a seat. So, we take 3 rounds of back bends here. We're going to take, our first is going to be a bridge, wheel, and then Ekapada Uddhva Dhanurasana, 3-legged wheel. So we'll come down to our backs. We've done the work in the core, we've done the work in the shoulders. Feet are hip width apart, walk the shoulder blades together. So you want the heel just behind the glutes. Focus on sending the knees forward to use the hip flexors to lift the hips. Then once I'm lifted, press the feet into the mat and bring your chest towards your chin. Press the pinky fingers into the mat as you lift higher. Stay with it. And then slowly release. Roll yourself down. Don't counter. Let your knees touch. Let your arms extend. So we're pressing the back of the heart space into the mat. Okay, you're welcome to take another set of bridge, or we're going to go to full wheel. So, full wheel, the feet are set up the same. I walk my shoulder blades, I send my knees forward. Then I take my hands, I place them shoulder width apart, fingers towards my toes. My elbows don't flare out. The inhale lifts me up to the crown of my head. I make any final adjustments with my hands. And then I lift. And from here, I walk my feet in, and I'm aiming to get my, shoulders above my wrists. Keep the core engaged. Squeeze or hug the muscles in the legs to the bone. Squeeze the glutes. And keep tilting the pubic bone forward. When you're ready to come out, walk your feet forward. Tuck your chin, shoulders to the mat. And we'll roll down the spine one vertebra at a time. Do not counter. Knees touch. And you can let your arms extend out. For me, this is where I get a cramp in my quadricep muscles, so I kind of like to shake my legs out. Gently out. Yeah, out. Okay. Third set. Ekapada Utva Dhanurasana. One-legged, upward facing bow pose. So let's begin. Walk the shoulder blades together. Lift my hips. I'm going to place my hands. Lift up onto the crown, make any adjustments with my hands. Then I'm going to walk my left foot to my midline. The inhale bends my right knee to my chest and then raises my right foot. And maybe you'll take a figure of 4. Otherwise, the leg stays lifted. To come down, I lower my right foot. I bring my left knee to my chest. Then I lift the left foot. I press my right foot into the mat, bring my shoulders above my wrists. If I took figure of 4, I'll do that here. And when I'm ready, I place my feet, tuck my chin, and gently roll down my spine. And count it just yet. If you need to, you can windscreen wipe your legs. Quite a nice release, but not too strong a counter. So, one more moment here. Take whichever variation you took previously. So whichever variation you're working towards, it's either bridge pose, Utva Dhanurasana, or Ekapada Utva Dhanurasana. Start by aligning your heels to your sit bones. Press your feet into your mat. The inhale will lift your hips. And if you're staying in bridge, stay here. If you're taking wheel, place your hands shoulder width apart. The inhale lifts the hips. And if you're staying in Utva Dhanurasana, stay here. If you're taking Ekapada Utva Dhanurasana, walk your right foot to midline. Bring your left knee to your chest. Lift the left foot. When you're ready, release the left leg down and switch legs up. Raise your right foot. And the exhale lowers the right foot down. Bring your feet hip width apart again. Tuck your chin, everybody gently release to your shoulders. We'll meet in bridge. And then slowly roll down the spine. Okay, nicely done everybody. Full pigeon pose. So this time, I'm going to take my feet and walk them in. It's almost as though I'm standing on my legs. I walk my shoulders down, down, down until my knees rest on my mat. And it's the crown of my head on my mat. Okay. Then I walk. I've lost the feet, haven't I? Never mind. Okay, so I get down and tuck my toes. That's where I'm meant to get to. Full pigeon pose. And I walk myself in. And then walk my hands back towards my feet. And when your hands are on your feet, you may be like me, where you're just touching your toes. This is your full pigeon pose. Keep squeezing the glutes. Hug the muscles to the bones on the quadriceps. Broaden through your collarbones. And to change, you're going to release your hands. Release your feet. And let's just spend a moment here, knees together. Arms out to the side. Acknowledge how you've just opened deeply into the heart. You guys want another moment to do that again? Thumbs up for yes. Thumbs down for no. Okay, so I bring my feet in. I walk my shoulders back, knees to the mat, tops of my feet to the mat. Then I bring my crown of my head down. I walk my head back as far as I can. Arms walk back, and I find my toes. It's quite a stretch in the quadriceps. Stay here for 3 rounds of breath. So come out, walk the arms forward, release the head. And then bring yourself up. Let's send the feet forward into a seat. Staff pose. Press your hands into the mat. Lift through the crown of your head. Let's take a gentle little patter with the knees. So we're going to release those quadricep muscles. When you're ready, come to stillness. The inhale reaches the arms towards the sky. Lift. Lengthen, press your sit bones down. Tuck your tailbone fingertips all the way to the sky. Exhale, hinges at the hips and folds forward. Find your Paschimottanasana. We're still leading with the heart, the front of the heart space. Some of you will stay here to take the full pose. We get length, then I like to take my left hand. Only reason for that is because it doesn't have my watch. The watch gets uncomfortable. But I take my left hand palm away from me. My right hand comes in front of my left, and then I take a bond, and I soften into the shape. And it's a nice deep stretch to the back line of the body. We've done a lot of opening into front line today. As we start to cool the body down to close off our practice, we'll start to work into the back line. And if I'm not taking the bind, maybe I'm here. Maybe I'm even here, but wherever we are, the spine is straight and long. And then change. Inhale brings me back through center. Bend the right knee. Send the left leg back, half pigeon pose. The inhale lengthens. The exhale folds. And maybe I stay on my forearms. Some of you will come down to rest your forehead on the mat. Observe and feel into the shape. Just stretch out that right glute muscle. Then change. Inhale brings us back through center. Swings the left leg to half pigeon. Right leg moves back. The inhale lift. And the exhale folds. And either stay on the forearms or bolster all the way down. Make sure your right toes point directly back. The inhale will bring us back through center. Right leg forward. Let's bring your hands to your hip or to your knees. And then round through your spine. So draw your spine back. Press or lean back through the shoulder girdle. We're holding onto the knees, so we're opening into the back of the heart space. The inhale will bring us forward. No, up and forward. And then moving with your breath. Round back. Roll forward. So it's almost like a cat-cow shape. Some of you may prefer to do full circles, getting into all areas of the heart space. So the back, the sides, and the front. Just to stretch out and release the heart. We've done some very deep heart opening work today. And to change direction, you're going to take a figure of 8 on your next 12, in your next rotation. And then move in the opposite direction. And slow it down. And come to stillness. And as you prepare for your Shavasana today, I'm going to invite you to take a bolster. My case is a rolled up blanket. 2 rolled up blankets apparently. And lie back with your bolster underneath your spine. Done a lot of heart opening work, so it's quite nice to just find this last heart opener here. If you're taking full Shavasana, that's fine. Otherwise, you're putting a pillow underneath your spine and opening your heart as you close your eyes. Soften into your body. Soften into your breath. Notice sensation within. when you break the breath up into 3 parts. So inhale from your throat to your heart. Pause. From your heart to your belly button. Pause. From your belly button to your bottom of your lungs. Pause. And then exhale from your root to your belly. From your belly to your lungs. And from your heart to your throat. Pause. Inhale, throat to heart. Heart to belly button. Belly button to root. Pause. Exhale to your belly. To your heart. Exhale completely. Pause. Inhale to your heart. To your belly. And to your root. Exhale to your belly button. To 2/3. Exhale completely. Inhale 1/3. Inhale 2/3. Inhale fully. And then keep breathing like this to the length and depth of your own breath. And you start to let go of all control of the breath. Soften completely into your Shavasana. Let go fully. Acknowledge sensation within mind and body. We've done some very deep, heart-opening work today. Acknowledge how that feels. How it feels to be seen. When you're ready, if you have the time to stay here, please do. Otherwise, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you roll into your neck and your ankles and your wrists. The inhale reaches the arms back and points the toes. The exhale draws everything inwards. If you're on a bolster, just be mindful here. Roll over to your left side. And then press yourself up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Let's bring the left hand on top of the right, on top of the heart. The right hand on top of left. Feel the warmth from your hands seeping into your heart space. And bow your head to your heart. I thank you all for your practice this morning, for your vulnerability, for your courage. May you have a beautiful day going forwards. Namaste.